Hey beauties, it's Riri. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty and I love showcasing indie brands here on my channel. Speaking of indie brands, I just received Gourmande Girls Cosmetics brand new Mocha Moment palette. And if you guys are unaware, the Pantone color of the year is Mocha Mousse, so it is inspired by the Pantone color of the year. I'm going to pop in some swatches for you guys really quickly, but here is our layout and color story. And this is the very first kind of all nudes neutral leaning palette for Gourmande Girls, and I've been waiting for this, you guys, and I know a lot of you guys are super excited about this palette as well and have been waiting for them to drop a more neutral leaning palette. Let's do some swatches and then I'll dive into a look. Alright, hopefully those swatches are helpful to you guys. With every instinct in my body, because if you know, you know, I am a green sucker, and I like these kind of more murky, browny green shades and stuff that are in here. But for today, I am going to lean more purple. I know, who the hell am I? But let me tell y'all, purple and yellow go beautifully together. I love that color combination. My hair is green and purple, so I think it's going to look great. And if you have brown eyes, purple eyeshadow and brown eyes, perfection. I am already primed with my Alter Ego eyeshadow base. I have an affiliated code with Alter Ego. It's Riri10 for 10% off. They did gift me one and then I bought two. That's how much I love it. I am going to go in with a pretty small kind of pinched brush to start with. This is a REFERRAL 13. I'm going to go into this deep dark shade right here called Maui Mocha. And as you can see, it's a lot more deep than what I feel like it shows here. Like me kind of coming back here is a little bit more representative of kind of what they look like. It's very saturated. So I'm going to go here first, and it's a very deep kind of plummy eggplanty type of purple. I am going to keep this pretty low because I want to have space to blend out with another shade. Upon first swatching, this is the only shade in the entire palette, because of the heavy level of pigment, obviously, that felt slightly more dry, but still incredibly smooth and very buttery. And then these two shades here, the Marble Mocha and Biscotti with Mocha, are some of those more kind of flaked textured type of shimmer formula, but when I kind of swatched them out on my arm and stuff like that, they smoothed out beautifully. These are definitely a little bit more opaque though, so just noting that for you guys as well. So I'm going to come very, very low to start with, again, so that I can blend out. You could also do whatever look that I'm doing. Do I know exactly what I'm doing yet? No, I sure don't. But if you're somebody that likes to work from light to dark, you can do the exact same thing and just work from dark to light. I mean, work from light to dark. I hope everybody is well. Do you guys have any plans for the 4th? I would like to know. Look, y'all know I'm nosy as hell. And y'all, this heat wave, honey, it's hot. It is incredibly hot here in North Carolina. I know a lot of us are going through heat waves and stuff like that. It's not quite as hot today. It was like 104 the other day, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Today it's like 97. But with the humidity, it just, y'all, it's sometimes really unbearable. And I hate to complain, which I'm not trying to complain, I'm literally just telling you guys that it's hot. But I really try my best to not complain. Even in a little while when I have to go out, I'm gonna go pick up my niece. She's coming to stay the weekend with me, her and her little bestie boo. I already know it's gonna be hot as shit when I go out. But I try to reel myself in. I really try to humble myself because obviously, you know, the homeless population is out in this heat. I really feel incredibly bad for them. And then people like my husband that, you know, they do construction and they're laborers and they're working out in this shit. Y'all, I could not do it. I will tell you right now, I could not do it. I absolutely could not. I have all the respect in the world for them. So yeah, if you are somebody that does work outdoors, whether that's, you know, Amazon delivery, whether that's, you know, you're doing construction or something like that, like, oh my gosh, I feel for you and I thank you. I thank you for all your hard work. We did just get, based on my son's recommendation, his cousin was like, hey man, he also does like a strenuous type of work like that. I got a fuzzy on my brush, hold on. I'm taking the same exact brush and I'm not really trying to blend this out yet. You guys can see like I got pan color. That is incredibly beautiful. And surprisingly not patching or anything, which I honestly anticipated a little bit, and not because of them, but just very deep, dark, like rural purples and blues and stuff like that can be a little bit harder to kind of manipulate. So I'm just trying to feather my edges just ever so slightly with teeny tiny circular motions. Ooh, that is blending beautifully. But, you know, I was talking to my son and I was like, yeah, you know, I feel so bad for dad and the guys. And he was like, look, you know, so-and-so was telling me about this little fan that he gets, or that he got. And you can kind of clip it anywhere. Like it has a lanyard so you can clip it. I'll link it and stuff like that. I have an Amazon storefront too, you guys. Everything that's in my Amazon storefront, I have actually used, or you guys have used and recommended to me. It's not like a bunch of stuff like some folks. They just put a shit ton of stuff in there so they make commissions off of it. But I will link that down below. But the fan is like supposed to be like construction grade and stuff like that. It's got different clips. It's got a little USB port so you can also charge your fan. It also has a little tiny light and stuff on it. Like, it's amazing, you guys. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know, you know, because it's so incredibly hot, you know, I'm not sure if that's actually really going to work for dad and his guys. And my son's like, well, just try them. So we picked some up. I ordered through Amazon. I'm gonna come here. This kind of dusty purple. Again, they're more saturated, like in kind of natural light, if you will. And I'm taking and I'm gonna press gently right above where that initial shade was. And you guys can see I'm just pushing it into place. Again, I'm not super worried about blending just yet. But he was like, hey, let's go ahead and order them and just see what happens. You know, if they don't like them, we can send them back. And y'all, they were a freaking hit. We charged all of them, you know, for my husband and his guys. We charged all of them the night before he took them to work. I think he took them Monday or Tuesday. And he literally, like, even on lunch, he called me and he said, we're already using them. We already really like them. They're helping significantly. So, you know, if you are somebody like that you need something like that, I feel like even, you know, if you're somebody you like to exercise, you're hiking, you're biking, you're, you know, whatever, and you're outdoors a lot, even just doing like cookouts or something, it's super cool because it kind of clips to the pants, and then you can put your shirt over it so you feel it. That's so beautiful. So you can feel it, you can clip it, like if you have a button-up shirt, you clip it and the air is going in between the shirt. It's really neat. And they were on like a, what do they call it? Like a super steel or something, but they were like $10. So I got each of them one. They were a big hit. So if you are maybe looking for something like that, or you've kind of been like, you know what, I am effing miserable, I need a little something something. I got one little fleck of fallout right there. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything. All right, again, just tapping, tapping, tapping. Now I'm gonna take a clean, slightly fluffy brush. I'm holding it way down here so I get the least amount of pressure. And I'm barely, again, with teeny tiny circular motions, I'm gonna go around the perimeter because I want a nice soft blend and soft gradient. That is doing exactly what I want it to do, you guys. Woo, this is beautiful. So yeah, you know, if you do live in a very, very hot climate, or maybe you're somebody like myself that you get hot very, very easily. And the reason that I do not like the heat, I've been like this since I was a little girl, so it's not because of like me being a little chunky monkey or nothing like that. Like, I've always been very sensitive to summertime and to heat. Like, I get nosebleeds, my son does too. I get nosebleeds, stomach aches and stuff like that. And then I have allergies and asthma. And if you have either, or COPD or anything like that, you understand the struggle during the summertime. And then I'm also somebody that I get nauseous very, very easy. Like I get motion sickness and stuff like that. Yeah, so I could not do it. I know that I could not do it. Like I struggle, you guys, to just go in the garage and do laundry. Whoever in the hell decided that putting a washer and dryer in a garage clearly wasn't the one doing the laundry. I'm miserable just going out and doing laundry and stuff during this time of the year. Like the cold, look, I'm fine. And I say this all the time and have said this and will say this. Yes, my body hurts a little bit more in the winter time because, you know, chronic pain and then being cold and stuff like that. It doesn't feel the best. But I will take being cold over being hot any day. At least when I'm cold, I can bundle up. When you're hot, dude, you're just hot. You're just hot and miserable. I love this. I love this together so much. Oh, I don't think, maybe I will go with, let me go with this shade right here. It's more of it's a purpled gray. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that, versus kind of being a true purple. But there's still, like, I'm seeing purple in here. I'm gonna just put that on the lower lash line. I don't oftentimes, like I was just saying, you know, with asthma and stuff like that and allergies, I don't oftentimes put a lot of makeup on my lower lash line. Like I don't generally do mascara, liners, and stuff like that because my eyes are so sensitive. But for today, I do just want to be thorough. And if I did miss it, which I think I probably did, so I am really sorry. All the deets and everything, the pricing when it launches and stuff like that, it's always going to be linked down below. And this was gifted to me from Gourmande Girls. I am not obligated to post or anything like that. And then I do have an affiliated code, RERE10, for 10% off. While I'm deciding colors, that's always the hard part, I am going to go in and do some glitter glue. This is also from Gourmande Girls. I did purchase this myself, but again, I have an affiliated code with her, RERE10. And I absolutely love this glitter primer. It is my all-time favorite because of the texture and consistency of it. It is like a very thin, like serum. It doesn't disrupt mattes underneath. It's super, super lightweight. It has a little bit of grip without being like super sticky, getting kind of patchy and gunky and stuff like that. Like as many of the NYX glitter glues as I've gone through the years, I always felt like it was a little too thick for me, and like sometimes certain shimmer formulas would kind of flake on top of it or kind of get chunky, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna give it just a second. Oh, I don't know. Let me see what I want to do, you guys. Oh, okay, I feel like I want to use that one. I think I'm gonna do this kind of on the outer part into the ball. And then I think I want to use this one kind of on the front half and like inner corner. So I'm going into Mexican Mocha and Java Mocha. So I'll go here first. And this has like a beautiful, like on one side of it, I'm seeing like shifts of like a green and stuff like that. I feel like you guys are only seeing purple. It's stunning. And I just use my finger. Again, starting at the ball. I want to leave plenty of room for the other one and kind of taking it back just a little bit, but I don't want to lose my depth here. Matter of fact, I may go back in. And if you don't like to use your finger, you know, maybe you have longer nails or you're just more comfortable not using your finger, I feel like you get the best bang for your buck, in my personal opinion and in my experience, if you do use your fingers. But you can go in with a silicone applicator, you can go in with a flat smudger or shader type brush. You can also go in just with an old school, you know, sponge applicator. Like whatever makes you feel like the best version of yourself, whatever makes you feel like you're, you know, you're vibing and you feel good about it, that is where you should go. All right. Oh, that's so pretty. And then just with my pinky, I'm gonna go into Java Mocha, and that one's got like pink. I'm also seeing a little bit of green. I almost kind of feel like I'm seeing like a neutrality to this too. I'm gonna go just with my finger. Ooh, yes, that was a good choice. That is stunning. Wow. And then kind of just where they meet, I literally just kind of flick. And then I'm gonna go to the actual inner corner For that, usually I will go in with a brush just to kind of get a little bit more precise. These are all working, you know, as I anticipated they would. I'm not having any issues with anything. Nothing seems muddy or patchy. And even that dark purple, like I said, with it feeling just slightly more like dry-ish upon the swatch. I did not experience that with, you know, actually applying or anything. Taking that inner corner shade on a brush. And then I always kind of flick my inner corner shade up. I just feel like it makes everything look a little bit more blended and more cohesive. And then I'm gonna meet that matte down here. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Ooh. And back to my question of, do you have 4th of July plans? Look, I don't know where I was going with that earlier, you guys. I think my son might be coming into town to come hang out because he gets a 3-day weekend. And of course, you know, anytime I get to spend with him, I will absolutely take it. And I'm grateful. We have a friend's birthday party coming up soon. My husband's birthday is coming up very soon. So if you have a July birthday, you're going to be celebrating any of those things, then happy birthday to you. All right, I'm good here. I actually think I want to go back into that very first shade, that Maui Mocha. And I want to pick up a little bit more, just because I want to get a little bit more of that intensity over here. Yeah, I am going to throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back to get up close and show you guys the look. And this is my finished look using the brand new Gourmande Girls Cosmetics Mocha Moment palette. I did finish up with it was right in front of my face, you guys, my Maybelline Sky High in the brand new green. Don't know where it went. And I went in with the Rachel Couture lip gloss in Mocha, and it's got pretty like pinky reflect. I think it looks really, really pretty with this look. Of course, I'll get up close in just a second. My thoughts. First of all, I like how compact it is. I like a smaller palette. I do like the actual packaging with the little mug and stuff like that. It does bend all the way back, which is my preference, and I love that. I like the blend to the shimmer and the matte formula. I do like, we don't have anything super, super light, but I do feel like we do have some blending out shades, which is also important to me. We have some depth, like a beautiful level of depth here. I like that you can go really just truly kind of classic neutral if you wanted to. You can go more green leaning, you can go more purple leaning, and I think all the shimmer and like metallic shades, they all go beautifully with the rest of the color story. I think she nailed it. I think it's absolutely stunning. Yeah, I am thrilled. Let me get up close for you guys. And that is it. That is my look and my tutorial, swatches and everything with the brand new Gourmande Girls Cosmetics Mocha Moment palette. Again, Pantone Color of the Year, their very first drop for an all neutral palette. I love it. I think it is perfection. I love it so much. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you to Gourmande Girls for gifting. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you to my beautiful channel members. I love you all. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties!